What's going on? Yo, yo, yo! This is Terrell, Hall of Fame, D-Line, TBKC, and all that other good, beautiful, wonderful shit. Yo, this video, I'm going to tell you what. Very, very simple. Do not feed your dog a ton of food before you hit the road. I don't know. I think I touched on this maybe on a live before, but about bloating. Y'all don't know how many times I've seen this happen where people are wanting their dogs to hold so much weight going into a dog show, so they'll be feeding them extra shit. That's why y'all notice when you at the dog shows, you see all kind of funky shit on the ground. The dogs throwing up, the dogs' stomachs are all bad. And it's because a lot of these owners try to stuff their dogs with stuff to help them not bloat. I mean, to help them not drop weight, when the reality is you don't have a muscle wasting disease. The biggest issue is that if anything, I'll go into this first before I talk about the bloat, but if anything, if you're at a show and you want to keep your dog's weight down and all that, I mean, keep your dog fully hydrated and looking full, one of the tricks is just a little pack of salt. You know, you give your dogs a little bit of that salt and they'll get thirsty and they'll drink enough water to keep themselves at least hydrated. Now, of course, sometimes you know how dogs do, they drink too much and they throw it up, but at least hydrated. Your dog is not going to lose a ton of muscle weight or size or fat in a couple days span, you know, of not eating the normal amount of food that they eat. You try to keep them on the normal stuff, and if you're going to add a little bit of something to it, give them a little bit of, you know, something that they typically would eat, you know, not something that their stomachs is totally off. Like I like to take a little bit of hamburger with me and different things like that, and typically I mix that up and they'll be fine with it. And sometimes, you know, if I'm at a restaurant or something and it just has to be done, I'll get them a steak just to make them eat a little something if they've not eaten at all. But one of the biggest problems with these people is that generally, man, they start stuffing meat down their throats. They start doing all these different things that they haven't been doing, and it really upsets the stomach. Now, some dogs eat naturally, and this is the problem with bloat. Your dog's stomach will literally turn, you know, on a long trip. If you fill that dog up with food, you'll see it turns and it's like a knot there, you know. And when that knot is there, I mean, everything is constricted and the dog is going to die. You know, bloat can attack the stomach in several different ways, but, you know, the dog food itself, kibble swells, you know, and that causes extra stress. The simple fact that the dog can't stretch out is causing extra stress. The fact that he's in a car on a long ride is causing extra stress. And with these combinations, you know, you will see that dog, you know, we've lost some dogs like this, man. You see people and they really can't explain why. Like, we was on the road and, you know, next thing I know, the dogs, you know, had blood coming out of his nose or blood coming out of his mouth, but he was in the car and this and that and the other. And you have issues that come along with feeding these dogs like crazy and having them sit and lay in these cars, you know, while we're riding, and the nerves are up and different things like that. And, you know, I've asked many doctors what's the exact thing as to why the dog bloats. And, you know, most of the time when they talk about bloat, they say it could be several reasons. They say, you know, it'd be the combination of nerves and the food. It could be the swelling of the food distorting their stomach. It could be the way that they're laying in the crate. And, you know, and it's often debated as to the reasons. But if you look up bloat, you'll see that truly it is real, it happens, and it could kill your dog, you know. And I know we are fascinated with keeping weight on our dogs, so we try a lot of tricks and a lot of things to get them to eat more and more and more and more. But on the road, you have to be very, very careful with that dog being constricted and under a lot of stress, that you don't cause something that can really, truly hurt your dog. And the best thing to do is to keep the food at a minimum. You get to your location, see if the dog wants to eat, but always supply water for the dog, and that'll be the best situation for him. But the process of stuffing food down your dog's throats, I'm gonna tell y'all, it does not work, and it's very, very detrimental to your dog. You know, let your dog eat naturally, keep plenty of water there. Hydration is more important than anything. And, you know, just try to make your dog as comfortable as possible so his nerves aren't getting worked up to the point that, you know, something bad could happen. But I just wanted to put that little thing out there to y'all. as I call y'all, food stuffers, to make sure you take care of your dogs, man, and don't put them in that bad situation, because it is real, it happens, and unfortunately we've lost a good amount of dogs to that situation. Until next time, man, hopefully I have more energy on there and I can be crisp. Much love. Peace.